how to use YouTube to change your life. G'day YouTube, it's Shane here once again, and today I'm going to talk about how you can use YouTube to change your life, or at least one way, or maybe a couple. A few years ago, I had to pivot for my survival. I was working for a company that wasn't giving me shifts. Now their primary focus is hospitality, and it's one of the companies that I do want to leave because they have an exclusivity agreement with a lot of the other local Adelaide companies, and that agreement meant that while I was working for them, if I quit them, I couldn't work for any of their clients or any of their opposition, obviously, for a year after I'd left. And that company has one of the worst reputations in South Australia, and I can't say anything about them like publicly because I'll get sued or whatever, but I need to leave that company. Anyway, so in order to survive, I needed to learn hospitality skills. I didn't have any. And I had applied for various jobs within the hospitality industry, and they are looking for people who can do 3-plate carry and 5-plate clear. So what do? YouTube is the second most popular search engine in the world on the internet. Google is the first, YouTube is the second. The benefit of YouTube is that there are videos you can see and you can hear how to learn new skills. So I went on YouTube and I learned how to do 3-plate carry and 5-plate clear. And I'll show you some of that stuff right now. All you've got to do is do this with your finger. You have your hand out like this, have your pinky up. Now, whatever is your dominant hand, I'm left-handed, and this video is reversed. So I'm left-handed. So what you do is you put the plate on behind the pinky, resting here. Okay, it's not here, it's here. Okay, I learned that part on the job, but I found a video of a waiter, professional waiter, who teaches you how to do this. Right, so you put the first plate here, the second plate goes on here. Right. So you're balancing, and you do have to practice the balancing part, but this is the basic skill. Now the other hand is just behind the pinky here, right? And this is a good gesture, hand gesture for date night. I'm joking. The pinky tells you when to stop. But you didn't hear me say that, and therefore you can carry 3 plates. Now, I don't like 3-plate carry. It slows things down. It increases the risk of actually dropping the plate and things like that. But I learned that skill because the company that I was applying for wanted video evidence of me doing that. So I did that, learned that skill. But there are other skills there are soft skills, negotiation skills, how to talk to a manager, how to talk to a host, how to find out what the dietary requirements are for the evening from the chef. Now, most chefs will come out and they'll do a group meeting with all the staff saying, this product has gluten in it, this product has dairy in it, this product has nuts in it, this product is spicy. So if people don't eat spicy food, if they don't eat meat, this one's vegan, this one's for vegetarians. We have alternative desserts if people don't eat chocolate, and so on and so forth, right? So then you go around and find out from the people at the event what their dietary requirements are. Most people are just normal, regular, can eat whatever they want, no allergies. Some people have specific allergies, and you need to know because it can be quite dangerous to give someone who's allergic to peanuts or nuts and things like that. They can go into anaphylactic shock, and it's a drama, right? So you want to avoid that. But you can learn languages, right? Language skills. You can learn how to drive a car, road rules. You can learn all sorts of tips and tricks and things like that. But the key thing is, right, the old idea of you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that little quote, that's bullshit. That needs to go out of the window. You need to let go of who you think you are or who you thought you were in order to learn new skills. But the other thing is, right, while I'm here, ask questions. If you are traveling, there are people that have gone to where you want to go, right? There are people that have explored where you've want to go. There can be footage of the local hotel that you're going to stay at, the beaches that you want to go holiday at. There are people who watch my videos who love to go to Thailand. I've never been to Thailand. They've been to Bali, and they'll talk about the difference between the two, right? So you learn all sorts of stuff, right? And you can make connections with people. You can learn things. Connecting with locals. There are people that watch my content locally, and it's fantastic because I know that I've changed their lives just a little bit. Obviously they are in control of their own lives, so they've got to make their own decisions and things like that, but in talking to them, you find out more about them, you find out what they've paid for certain things, like they will suggest different cameras and different tools and things like this. I wear a lavalier mic. This is the more expensive one. This is the Joby one at JB Hi-Fi. I don't recommend going shopping at JB Hi-Fi, but you can get a $30 one, $30 Australian dollar one. This is 80 Australian, no, it was 70, I was on sale, 70 Australian dollars. But you can get the $30 one at JB Hi-Fi, at EB Games, right? And it's got the wind, blocks the wind noise and stuff like that, it's perfect. But yeah, use YouTube to improve your life, learn new skills. If there's an industry that you want to get into, do some research in the industry, find out the skills that you need. You can learn how to code, write programs, all sorts of stuff, right? YouTube is the world's second best search engine. Use it to improve your life. You can share information of your own. If people want to find out about any particular topic that you have information on, skills. See, people use technology in very different ways, right? If I was to look at your preferred listening of podcasts or how you use different tools here on the internet, different products, different programs and things, you'd be using all sorts of different things far differently than I would. And you have information to share, you have wisdom to share. Not only can you improve your life, you can improve other people's lives as well. And not from a standpoint of being arrogant, but from really being humble. And I get humbled all the time on here. The fact that people slowly come out of their shell and leave a comment saying, oh, I've been watching your content from the beginning. Oh, really? I didn't think, when I do a video, I'm not thinking about the people that are watching it or could watch it, or I'm not worried about whether it's going to go viral or whatever. My focus is just trying to get the audio right, to sound right, the video quality right, and things like that. But yeah, once again, use YouTube to improve your life. I know people who use YouTube to learn coding, programming, spreadsheets, admin stuff. I'm currently working on like a little mini comic, this is a very small one, as an introduction to a character that I have, and I want to know how to do that like in a properly, in the best way that I possibly can. And as I'm learning, I've had to let go of the older ideas of what I had originally intended and how I'm going to display that information, and learning how to write a script and how to write different things. Now, there are people on here how to teach you how to do YouTube and things like that. I would prefer people did stuff really simple. I don't usually do this sitting down at a table sort of thing. But I think for an educational video like this, it does help to be a little bit more professional, but while being casual as well. And eventually, you can be an expert at everything. Anyway, look after yourselves. I've got to go. Have a great day. Bye for now.